Well, Wake Forest has the ability to score at such a high rate. It puts so much pressure on your defense. And I thought our guys did a great job, and yet we gave up 87 points. So the only way that we could counteract that is we had to score a bunch of points ourselves. And 96 is the most in an ACC game in our since we've joined the ACC many years ago. In regulation. So it was a really good game, very entertaining for the fans. I thought our defense, Appleby's so good and so hard to guard. I thought our guards did a great job, and our big guys helped so much on him. But we were able to create a lot of turnovers that led to scoring opportunities, and we shot a high percentage, both in the first half and in the second half. So a very, very good home win for us.
Questions? Coach, what does it mean to be undefeated at home so far this season, this late in the season?
I don't think about it. I mean, every game is one game. You never know what's going to happen in the next game. What I'm most proud of is these guys continue to compete home and away. And we went to North Carolina last week, or was that this week, Monday of this week, and we played terrific there. So we got to just play really good basketball no matter where we are. And the answer to your question is Frosted Flakes.
Coach, specifically about Benzie Joseph and Nigel Pack, just what they do defensively to disrupt Tyree Appleby?
Well, it's really a team effort, because what happens with a player like Appleby, he has the ball in his hands so much, and he's either going to shoot it or pass it. We wanted him to pass it. So we didn't double team him, like trap him, but we put a great emphasis on trying to make him give the ball up. Then it's up to the other guys who are basically, there's four players for Wake. He's going to throw it to one of them, and we only have 3 players now since we have 2 on him. They've got to cover a lot of territory. So some of the times we gave up a dunk because we were afraid they were going to skip it for a 3. Sometimes we took away the dunk, and they skipped it and made the 3. So you're kind of like picking your poison. You don't know which one, that Appleby's going to make. But fortunately for us, enough times our defense was able to come up with a good play and a lot of turnovers.
Coach, how does it feel that this late in the season you're having?
Could you slow down? I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry. How does it feel this late in the season that you're having multiple players find their rhythm? You had 4 people scoring double digits, had some really good games.
Yeah.
I
think it's been that way all season long, almost since the very first practice that we've had. You could see the 4 veteran players, when you look at Isaiah Wong and Jordan Miller, they have over 1,500 career points. Nigel and Norshad have over 1,000 points. When you have that kind of scoring, then it's up to the other guys to chip in, Wooga Poplar, Harlan Beverly, Bensley Joseph, Anthony Walker. If those guys can add a little bit to our offense, that makes us even more difficult to guard.
Coach, they cut the game to single digits multiple times towards the end of the game. What did you see out there from the guys that really helped them close it out strong?
Well, they kept making shots. If you were paying attention, Wake Forest went to a triangle in 2. And sometimes as a coach, you got to call a timeout, tell your team what to do. We didn't do that. We just kept playing and doing whatever we wanted to do. We called a play. And when it worked, it worked. If it missed, okay. But we just kept playing our game.
Coach, what did you think of Norchad and getting in the rhythm early the way he did?
Yeah, he had 13 points at halftime. I don't know, did he score any more? He had 2 points at the very end. He ended up with 15. Yeah, he made the 3 to start, made him feel good. Then he got a dunk, a layup. So, it's really important for us to involve everybody. So, like Jordan Miller only had 2 points in the first half. And what did he end up with?
14.
How many? 14. Yeah, so you had 12 in the second half. When guys know how to contribute, in Jordan's case, we ran a play for him very early in the second half, and he scored. All right? Then we got some fast breaks off of steals. He scored again. Then he made a couple of free throws, scored. So those are the things that are very important to us, that there's good balance in our offense.
Coach, what did you think of Isaiah Wong? He had a solo 13-point run there late in the first half that kind of put you guys ahead and you didn't get the gas.
Yeah, we have certain options in our offense that I think the players know, hey, we're running this for you. So we ran what we call Horns rescreen, And we put Isaiah at the point, and he knows. I give him the green light, and I just tell him, just score. And that's what he did.
Coach, how did the crowd help you get through the adversity and toughness of Wake? And I know you've been very adamant about how the crowd has supported you guys all season long.
I think it started very early that the students in particular have shown great resiliency, great persistence in coming and creating the environment to give us a home court advantage. When I was asked about, being undefeated at home, well, a lot of that has to do with the fan support that we're getting. It's terrific to have people screaming and yelling in your corner, because when we go on the road, they're all against us.
Anything else for Coach Al?
Pack and Wong combined over 50 points tonight. Just your thoughts on their performance in the backcourt for you?
Yeah, they're pretty good. I told them afterwards, though, they took more difficult shots at times when they didn't need to. They're great pull-up jump shooters at the elbow, and they drove it in much deeper. Now they're dealing with a 7-foot guy who can jump out of the gym. And I kept telling them at timeouts, I told Isaiah, just stop and make the shot. And most of the time he did, but some of the times he and Nigel got in too deep. But they're both great shooters and scorers, so you got to give them the green light, and then they got to make decisions. They have a lot of responsibility.
Go to Luke for the last question.
Coach, you spoke a little bit earlier about the turnovers that you forced today, and I'm just curious, where have you seen the most growth within your team defensively this year?
Because teams are constantly running ball screens, we've gotten better at impacting the ball screen, and more importantly even than that's like priority one, but equal to that is the three guys in the help. We call it the triangle. You guys got to take away the roll man. You got to take away the paint. And we've done a much better job in the last, I'll say, 4 or 5 weeks of doing that. It was especially effective against Duke and then Carolina, slowing down a Baycott. And these guys are different. They don't have just a post-up guy that they can throw the ball to, but when they roll, if you let that big guy catch it, he's just dunking it. You know what he shoots as a percentage?
Not at the top.
90. Marsh shoots a record